Search engine is a set of programs that searches for keywords and then returns a list of the websites on which those keywords are found. Specialty search engines search only sites that are relevant to a particular topic or industry. Meta search engines search other search engines rather than individual websites. Sometimes you don't get the best results when you do a search, so there's ways of actually obtaining a better search result. Okay, you can use what we call Boolean operators, and these are named after George Boole, who's a mathematician. Okay. These words are and, or, and not. So you're telling your search engine, maybe you want to search for example, Philadelphia Eagles, right? So you want to make sure that your search results contain both words. So you would type in Philadelphia and Eagles. And that would throw out every search result that only had the word Philadelphia. It'd throw out any search result that only had the word Eagles. So it'd make sure that every search result that is returned to you contains the word Philadelphia Eagles. Okay. If you used the Boolean operator or, and you did Philadelphia or Eagles, that's going to return to you every single search result that contains the word Philadelphia, every single search result that contains the word Eagles, and every single search result that contains the word Philadelphia Eagles. So you're going to end up with an enormous amount of results and probably a bunch of garbage that you don't want to use. Okay? And then finally, not. So say you're like, oh, I just want to look up Philadelphia, but I don't want to read anything about the Eagles. Okay? So you would type in Philadelphia, not Eagles. So it's going to throw out any search result that contains the word Eagles in it. Okay? So that's just an example about Boolean operators. You can also search for a particular phrase. You can actually search within a particular website, or you can use a wildcard. Other things you can do, you can change your search results to make sure that the results you receive are like verbatim. Google has this option in its search tools. So you click on verbatim and it's going to make sure that it actually, the results you get, and it's not perfect, it doesn't work perfectly, but it does help, that the results you get are exactly what you typed into the search box, okay? Also, and I use this tool a lot as far as doing research, you know, for my classes, as far as technology goes, it's changing all the time. So I make sure when I do a search to set the time frame for my search results to maybe not be any older than, say, like a year max, okay? And so that's a really helpful tool also. Before you use any internet resource, you need to consider authority. So who is the author of the article? Who is the sponsor of this website? Okay. Bias. Is the site biased? Okay. Relevance. Is the information in the site current? So going back to sending your search tools. Okay. If you pull something up and you're like, oh, this is awesome, and then you scroll down to the bottom of the web page and it's, you know, has the date of 2003 on it, you probably don't want to use that reference in your research. Okay. It's outdated. Finally, you need to think about for what audience is this site intended? Okay? And then the links. Are the links available and appropriate? When you click on a link, do you actually go to another page or do you get like a 404 error? Okay, if you end up getting errors all over the place, the website, the links don't work, that means no one is updating this website. No one is taking care of it. It's sort of just been left out there. Okay? There's a lot of websites out there that have just been forgotten, basically. So if you find yourself using one of those, you might want to find yourself a new website that's been, has some upkeep to it. So consider all these different things here that we just talked about, and then you can decide whether you should consider a website to be a good source of information. Digital activism. This is used to raise awareness about specific issues. So a couple of recent ones have been like the Ice Bucket Challenge. Okay. Another one with hashtag Bring Back Our Girls. Okay. So, you know, the ideas are good, but do people actually follow through? Okay, this is one of the ethical questions. Is digital activism effective, or does it just foster this sort of false sense of involvement, right? The people who did the Ice Bucket Challenge, did they actually contribute money to the cause, or did they just post a picture of someone pouring, a bucket of ice water on them? Who knows, right? So you got to follow through if you're going to participate in this stuff. Don't just think, oh yeah, I did it. I did the Ice Bucket Challenge. Well, did you follow through? Did you make a donation? Okay, that's what it's all about here. Geolocation. So the technology called geolocation basically is targeting consumers by their location. Okay, it's often used by third-party advertising networks. Okay. A lot of times, yes, this is a giant violation of your privacy rights. Do you want people to know where you are all the time? Do you want these big advertising companies to say, hey, Jess is driving by Walgreens right now, let's throw some ads out there? Okay, because that was actually happening to my phone. Like, I'd be driving up 7th Street, and then I'd notice when I got to where I was going, then it would say, hey, we noticed you're here by Walgreens or something. Do you need to stop in for this or that? Okay, so I had to go in and change it on my phone so that location turned, I didn't allow them to use my location anymore. Okay, there's a chip, a GPS chip, that's inside your phone, and that's what's used to calculate your position. So if you're allowing that to broadcast your position all the time, yes, it's definitely being used by these companies. Okay, and right now there aren't any specific laws that have been created to address this privacy issue. Right now it's just sort of like the Wild West. Okay, so we don't know, what's really happening. Like, it's crazy how much information that these companies have about us. And so be aware of that stuff. Okay? And then think about the question. Do you think geolocation devices are a threat to privacy? I can't tell you yes or no for yourself. You have to think about that. But for me, yeah, definitely. I don't like it. I think it's creepy. Okay, and so that's the end of chapter 3. And so make sure you do homework 3. Submit it as PDF file to assignments in Brightspace. And as usual, files received in any other format won't be accepted, and neither will late homework. So hope you enjoyed chapter 3. Make sure you read the chapter. There's a lot more information in there than I covered just here in the lecture. All right, and for those of you who listened, excellent. I also gave you a lot more information than is posted on the slides. So thanks, guys. Bye.